Hi guys, welcome back to part 2 of I Trade Food from Every State video by Joshua Weissman. If you haven't already, check out part 1. It's been so awesome to see all of the different foods from the states and seeing them ranked. There's a lot of foods that I wasn't aware of actually. I thought I've watched a lot of USA food videos, but there was a lot that I hadn't heard of, so go check out part 1 if you haven't seen it. I'll link it up here and I'll link it down in the description. But let's go ahead with part 2. I'm so excited. I believe we're up to Louisiana. So let's see what this is all about. Louisiana.
And yes, we're using my gumbo recipe. I do mix land and sea. I know a lot of people say that's a no-no. Look, I've talked to a lot of my Cajun friends. I have yet to see them not mix land and sea. Maybe they're lying, maybe it's wrong. I know the comments are gonna go crazy. Look, it is what it is. I still think this is the daddy of all soups and stews. It gets ladled nice and hot into a bowl. Big scoop of rice in the center, garnished with some green onion, maybe some chopped parsley.
I'm going on the A route, but I can see it being an S. It's very good.
I give it an S. It's just such a well-balanced dish.
Out of all the most influential things that exist in food today, this is an S.
Louisiana joins the ranks of S tier. Number 32, Mississippi, which is just fried catfish with comeback sauce. It's not that crazy. It's literally just deep fried catfish. Mayo-based sauce. It's tart, it's got spices.
It does taste good.
I'd give it a B- if I could, which falls on the B tier.
I'm gonna give it a B.
Some moods I would give this a B, some moods I'd give it a C. Right now I'm gonna give it a C. The comeback sauce is an A. Fish is a C. So I think this equalizes out to like a B tier?
Number 33, Florida. The Cuban sandwich, probably one of the most famous / iconic sandwiches known
Never had this
man.
either.
I don't know if this sandwich was really invented in America, but it is one of the most popular things in all of Florida, and it was the most voted for. You gotta get the right Cuban bread. Mustard and pickle to your bread, Swiss cheese, ham, slow-cooked mojo pork shoulder, more cheese, butter the tops of the sandwich, and you cook it in a sandwich press until it's super flat, ultra crispy, melty, delicious, sliced at a diabolical bias.
I'm gonna give it an A. That was excellent. That's better than most Cubanos that I've had in Miami, and I'm gonna get dragged for that.
It's an A tier sandwich, but over all the dishes, I'd say it's a B.
I'll give it a B.
It's an incredible sandwich, and it's definitely worth making a trip to Florida, but after 33 plates, it just didn't hit as hard as usual. Number 34, Massachusetts clam chowder, also known as New England clam chowder. This is an OG one. It's creamy, it's sweet, garnished with crispy chopped bacon, parsley, cracked pepper. It is actually one of my favorite soups. It deserves more love, but only one way to find out how much love.
I've never had clam chowder before.
Really?
I'm excited, yeah.
It's gotta be an S.
I think it does too.
That's just a classic.
Really?
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's fire.
I'm gonna go A. I feel like we're just kind of throwing S's around.
In the soup liquid world, is chicken soup above this?
Gumbo's above this.
Regardless of Vikram's opinion, the S's have it.
Number 35, Kentucky hot brown. This looks like a demonic creature that would emerge from the magical wardrobe in a fantasy movie. And this recipe comes directly from the place that invented it, the Brown Hotel. So that's where the hot brown comes from. Thought it was another reference. It's slices of bread in a pan arranged like this and halves of raw tomato. Add a thick single slice of turkey. Cover with a Mornay sauce. Sprinkle of pecorino cheese. Then you blast it in the broiler, pull it out, and well, I mean, it is hot and sort of brown. Top with bacon and garnish with paprika and parsley.
How do you eat this?
The cheese melts really well with the turkey.
Like
if you saw that on like a sandwich, it'd be a really good sandwich.
Why can't they just make this a
That's what I'm saying.
It tastes good.
It does taste good.
But it's a mess.
I'm gonna give that a C.
I'm gonna give it a C as well.
I'm gonna give it a C also.
That's an easy
I'd
C.
give it a D.
Number 36, Idaho. You would think potatoes? Well, guess what was voted for? Battered steak fingers. I don't like the way that these look. It's essentially like a tempura battered piece of steak that gets deep fried.
I just farted, so if you smell that, I'm so sorry.
Ew. Oh
God, dude, that's bad. You didn't even eat the steak fingers yet.
Supposedly, this is the recipe that comes from the place that created the Idaho steak finger. What I don't like about it is that it's a batter, and I just don't think that that's gonna do well with steak.
Batter aside, this steak is so well done. I don't know how frying this was gonna make it any better. I'm gonna go with an F for this.
I'm gonna give this a solid F. I'm really sorry, Idaho. Maybe lead with a potato dish next time.
Now we're moving to the Midwest to try P-Rock from Kansas for number 37 and Runza from Nebraska for number 38. That's 2 for 1. They're both very similar, with beef and cabbage-filled pastry pockets. But the big difference is that Kansas P-Rock is just straight cooked cabbage, and the Nebraska Runza is sauerkraut.
Kansas B-Rock. I've never heard of this. Really reminds me of like a kolache or a klobasnik. I mean, it's good. Not a lot going on. This feels very necessity food. Like, this is all you got. I'm gonna give it a C.
I'll go C as well.
C. Could be better. Kansas, C tier.
Now let's see how the Nebraska Runza fares.
I'm not about the sauerkraut. That's why I'd give it a C.
Oh, this is the one with the sauerkraut.
Really like that. It's a slight step up from Kansas, but it's very similar. So I'll give it a B.
I agree. I'll go with a B also.
We're going with B.
Number 39, Georgia. A place plentiful of incredible food. Georgia with lemon pepper wet wings. This uses my lemon pepper wet recipe. So we deep fried our wings. We tossed them beautifully in our sauce, garnished with a little bit of flaky salt. You know, it's nice.
Easy S tier. Tangy, crispy, flavorful.
It's an ultimate win.
After the second chew, my brain immediately went S tier.
Georgia, you're always on my mind.
So we're gonna follow up a heavy hitter with another heavy hitter. Number 40, New York pizza. This is a big contender. I mean, it's cheese, it's pepperoni sometimes, it's parm, red pepper flakes. It's an Italian-American icon. Has to be S tier.
I'm gonna go A. I have no complaints about a good New York slice.
I love New York pizza. I think it's nostalgic. I think it's special. I think it's one of a kind. And every time I go to New York, I get a slice. It's still a B.
I'm gonna give it a B too. I think New York pizza is the worst form of pizza there is.
A shocking B tier. On to number 41, Montana
Wouldn't go
huckleberry
that
pie.
far.
It's good. It's good. I do quite like the flavor of a huckleberry.
This is just like pops of freshness. It's about a B. I'm not wowed.
In comparison to blueberry and blackberry,
Never had a
way
huckleberry.
more fun. Way more diverse of a flavor. Way like fruitier and rich and
There's a very big depth of flavor in this pie.
I'm gonna give it an A.
I'm gonna give it an A also.
So we're gonna average out at a light A tier pie.
Next up, number 42, Arizona's Sonoran dog. Bacon wrapped, deep fried hot dogs, really extraordinarily hot weather. It's you know, sweaty match made in heaven, I guess.
I feel like
We
can't
didn't have a
go wrong.
Chicago dog in this video, but I'd do a Chicago dog over this one any day.
Yeah, me too.
I'd go B.
S tier.
What?
Yeah, that is the ultimate hot dog.
I'm gonna give it a solid C.
Wow.
I think this averages around a B tier.
Number 43, South Carolina shrimp grits. You know, good old
Yum,
low
yum,
country
yum,
boy.
yum, yum, yum.
It's really
Yum.
good.
I would almost go A. I'm gonna go B. It's very enjoyable, but there is definitely a ceiling. I think this is like probably the best version of it you can get.
It's close to an A, but it lives in the B category.
I can go out and I can order shrimp grits and I'm gonna enjoy it, but it has a ceiling and therefore I'm gonna give it a B plus, but still a B.
Number 44, New Hampshire apple cider donuts. This apparently was the only dish New Hampshireans voted for.
Apple cider donuts hold a special place in my heart, being from the Northeast. They're still
They
not
look
that
dry.
Here's the thing, I don't need to eat another one of these again, ever. They're great, they taste good. Just give me a normal donut
Right.
and put cinnamon sugar on it and call it a day.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a C.
I mean, a C for being like decent, but nothing higher.
I'm gonna give it a D for decent. So we're gonna average this out at C for New Hampshire.
Number 45, Maryland, the crab cake. I was just there recently to sign literal thousands of books, which by the way, those signed copies are available now. You can click the link in the description to get one
Check it
yourself.
out,
Now let's talk about
guys.
these crab cakes with a
my
wedge of
God,
lemon.
can
They're very
these
basic.
sirens
I've
stop?
eaten a lot of disappointing crab
Ew,
cakes, so
that
hopefully
looks
this is
yuck.
not another one
I'm
from the list.
sorry.
It's S tier. I feel like we're
Really?
learning a lot about America, but it's really hard trying to differentiate between an S and an A. You take one bite of this and you're like, exceptional. But that goes beyond an A.
That's an S for me.
Really?
That's a whole
good.
ass. There's a whole crab in that cake.
That's a good.
It looks yuck.
S tier. Moving on, number 46, Pennsylvania Philly cheesesteak.
Yes, I love
We know
a
about
Philly
Philly cheesesteak. We
cheesesteak.
traveled all the way to Philly to learn everything that we could. It should rank decently.
The one that
That's
he
C
made
tier.
is
It's just an
looks
average
average
sandwich.
though.
I'm gonna give this a B.
Philly cheesesteaks are good, and they could be made better by adding more cheese or better beef, but ultimately, it's always gonna be capped at a good, nice, strong B.
Okay, that's
Number
acceptable.
47, Oregon Marionberry
What the
pie.
hell?
Oregon. This is the most Oregon pie I can think
What's
of
a
because it
Marion?
contains berries that were literally invented, apparently, in a college in Oregon. I don't like the texture of
Marion
this.
Brewery.
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C. Just very average pie experience.
I'm also gonna give it a C. To me, this pie was pretty one note.
Pie crust is great. It's seasoned nicely. The sugar levels are good. But from a flavor perspective, because the only thing you're relying on is the Marionberry that's in here, it's a D. Just go get blueberries and call it a day. I'm sorry, Oregon. You're great. My wife loves you. That's a D pie.
Dang.
Number 48, Illinois. This was tough. The Italian beef sandwich beat out Chicago hot dogs by 2 whole votes, and deep dish pizza by 1 vote. So I guess it's Mr. Beef
What
time,
the
baby. Shout out to
hell?
Mr. Beef. We love each other. by
I
the way.
want you
Big
to see
dish.
the deep
So
dish
you have thinly
pizza.
sliced roast beef heated in jus, placed in a roll, topped with
What
a
the
relish called
hell?
jardinera. The whole sandwich is heavily dipped in the jus. Now let's rank.
Mr. Beef, if you're watching, I love you. Why don't you ever send me pictures like you used to?
Oh, I've
What do you
seen
think I'm
these
gonna
before.
say? Italian beef is what most people are gonna say is the top dish in Illinois, and I can stand by it being an S tier.
Big Rivers from
Wow.
Illinois.
This is true.
So, F.
I'm gonna give it an A. I would have rather had a Chicago dog.
There's literally no sandwich quite like an Italian beef. And at the right time, at the right hour, cold outside, you bite one, it's juicy, it's hot, it's fatty, it's like everything you want. There's nothing more you need in it. A gold star S tier rating.
Yeah.
S tier.
Yeah.
Next, Vermont, the maple creamy. I have never heard of this, but I've also never thought of Vermont before. So thank you for voting for it. Using my soft serve custard, we cut down the eggs and the vanilla and added maple syrup. That's quite literally it. It's a very simple thing. Now let's taste.
We're sharing a cone
Looks
together
okay.
because that's what men do. That is insanely good.
That's very good.
Real?
I'm gonna go A because it was enjoyable. It blew my mind, but compared to 50 other things, I'd just call it an A.
I'm going S. That was great.
This goes to A tier. You have to understand, there's so many ice creams to
love
choose
it.
from. There's no added textures to this. It's one note. It tastes amazing, and it deserves an A tier. This is like a Michelin rating, right? It's worth making a trip to try, but nothing more.
Coming in at an A tier. Finally, number 50, our last state, California, which is the Cali burrito. There were a lot of votes here, which beat out street tacos, In-N-Out, but did it deserve to? Making it is shockingly simple. Nice hot burrito-sized tortillas,
I've never
spread on
had
some
one.
guac, sour cream, topped with a big load of crispy French fries. I know, it sounds weird. Carne asada, add a green or a red salsa, Monterey Jack cheese. Roll it up nice and toit. Burrito rolling is not the
Yummy.
easiest thing, but I know you can master it. And this is the secret. You must place it in a pan, seam side down, medium heat, toast it. It will lock that burrito shut. Flip, toast the other side, and cut it in half. That's a special thing we're looking at. Let's taste.
That looks good.
This feels like all the best elements you could put in a burrito, and for that, I'm giving it an S.
I'm gonna go S and agree with everything Vikram said.
Got the crunch from the French fries. It's creamy, cheesy, beefy. If it's done right, it is perfectly balanced. It doesn't need any more. It is where it should be. S tier.
California burrito S tier. You're goddamn right. But wait, who is really the best out of the S tier list? Only one way to find out.
It's time for the S tier rankings. We're gonna rank each and every S tier item from 1 to 10. 1 deserves to be on the S tier list, but maybe it's the least exciting, maybe the flavor isn't totally revolutionary. And 10 being, this is quite literally the greatest S tier item I've ever eaten in my life. So
Who's
let's
gonna
begin.
win?
First up, California burrito. Vikram 9. My score 8.5. Cam 2.
What the f? There's better burritos out there.
I disagree.
Just because there's fries on it doesn't mean it's top tier.
It feels like a combo of so many things that I love, right? Like shawarma, a burrito, fries in it. I'm also
looks
from
good.
California and extremely biased. California burrito, 19.5.
Next up, Arkansas biscuits with chocolate gravy. Vikram 5. My score 1. Cam 1.
The fact that this even made it to the S tier list is probably the biggest accomplishment for Arkansas this year ever.
I liked it so much more than I thought I was gonna be, and I'm still upset that it exists.
It's very inventive to me, as stupid as it is. You can get chocolate in a lot of other things, but this combination really hit for me.
Arkansas, strong, 7 points.
On to Alaska salmon dip.
That
Vikram
looks
1.
yum.
Mine 5. Cam 2.
What the
Well-
f, guys?
It tastes incredible. There's not 1 ounce of anything special about this.
You get the essence and the enjoyment from the smoked salmon without having to eat loads of it, and it tastes great.
There are other smoked fish dips, even in America, that I think I would rather have, like a smoked whitefish.
Alaska, 8 points.
Next up, Colorado pork chili verde. Vikram,
That looks
Jesus,
yum.
7? A 3. We need a 9.5 or higher to take the lead. Cam 3.
And this medium is just such a good way for green chili to come through, and it's one of the dishes where I'd actually go to the state and ask for that.
I would not go to the state and ask for it, because out of all the things that there are pork belly stew-wise, it's a 3.
It was amazing, but I can think of 3 different Mexican dishes that are adjacent to this dish that I would much rather have.
Green chili pork, 13 points.
Maryland crab cakes. Vikram 7. Me 6. Cam 8.
It's the best way to eat crab,
Pretty high, yeah.
to me.
Crab cakes are just special, man. I'm from that area of the country. I would seek them out on menus
so he's
as a child.
biased.
And I don't think you really see them too many other places.
I think they're a 6. I love them. But if I was given all sorts of choices of the things that we ate today, I just wouldn't grab them immediately.
Total 21, and our new leader
Wow,
is Maryland crab
Maryland.
cakes. Massachusetts clam
Yum.
chowder. Vikram 2.
That
Me
looks
2.
yummy.
Cam, well, 4. Whoa, okay.
One of my most favorite soups of all time, just so
I'd
you know.
write all of
But
these
there are
10,
at
right?
least 4 or 5 soups I can think of that are almost identical in flavor or borderline the same. It's not that special of a soup.
What? Who's
Funny
gonna
enough he says that.
win?
Today was my first time having clam chowder, but it tasted like I've had it before. That's why I'm giving it a 2.
That's so funny.
I just love clam chowder.
Massachusetts with love, an 8.
Here comes a big one, Louisiana gumbo. Vikram, a big 9. Mine 7. This might take the lead. Cam 6.
I don't want to eat gumbo when it's 115 degrees outside.
I didn't see it as a
I
seasonal
do.
thing. All year round, I'd enjoy it. You can't really get a bad bite of gumbo, and that's why I ranked it so high.
Yummy.
It's very based off of so many different cultures that you can go around the world and find something similar to gumbo.
With 22 points, we have a new leader, but we have 3 big guns remaining. Georgia coming in with lemon pepper wet. Vikram an 8.5, mine a 6.5, and Cam gives us an 8.
Out of all the wings in the world, this is definitely one of the top ones for sure.
There's something special about this wing, but there's nothing special about wings.
I agree with that, but that's why I gave it a 6.5. Not revolutionary.
A new leader with 23 points.
Georgia.
2 more remaining. Italian beef. Vikram a 10. That's what I thought. A 7, and Cam comes in with a 7.
Out of all the sandwiches I've ever had, one of the few sandwiches that I'm like, this does not need and should never have cheese. It's just good on its own.
I think an Italian beef is one of the most well-balanced sandwiches you can eat.
It's the only sandwich like this that exists. What other sandwich is mostly liquid? It's inventive, it's tangy, it's sweet, and it's the top sandwich for me.
Illinois, 24 points.
A new
That's
leader.
hard to
That only
beat,
leaves
guys.
one more. The Oklahoma fried onion burger. Here we go. Vikram, a 9. Mine, a 9. We need a 7 or higher to win this, and Cam has not been the nicest. And Cam comes in with a 7. We have a winner, the Oklahoma fried onion burger with 25 points.
I crave this item by itself.
It's an amazing burger, but did it reinvent the wheel? No.
Fair.
Listen, it's America. There's nothing better than a burger. And this is definitely one of the top ways to make a burger. You just can't beat melted cheese, grilled onions,
Oh
and
my
a smash
god,
patty.
yeah!
The burger might not have been created in America, but the burger was owned by America, and it feels righteous that it won today.
Wow,
There's a takeaway from this video, and that is that there's great food
Congratulations.
all over the United States of America. Even the ones that rank low, I'm sure there are places that make it fantastic. I encourage you to venture out, try your local restaurants, try restaurants all over the US. There's great food everywhere. Thank you to everyone who submitted your favorite food in your state. We wouldn't have been able to make this video without you. Greatly appreciated. And don't forget, my cookbook is officially out, and there are recipes in this very video that
Maybe I
we
should buy
use.
that.
It's available now. Go and get it. The link's in the description. Click it, order it. It helps us a ton. It's all about that texture, baby, not just flavor. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.
Oh, I love it. Oh, they were freaking legends. Oklahoma with the onion burger came out on top, guys. Can you believe it? I reckon the gumbo for me. Oh my god, that looks so yum. The gumbo. Oh my god. I've never had it before, but I feel like that is something that I would rank the highest, to be honest with you. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry now. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching part 2. Again, if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. There were so many yummy foods on there. I guess you saw some of them on the S tier one, but even on the A tier, there were so many yummy looking ones. So go check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go make myself some lunch now, but unfortunately, it's not going to be anything as good as what we just watched, which is very unfortunate, but that's okay. I need to get back to the USA as soon as possible to try some more amazing American foods, guys. Thank you so much for watching with me today, and I'll see you again next week in the next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.